within a year ago, if I could make my comments, within a year ago, connecting to different servers, mostly European servers. We are all American gamers here as the Tulsa County Lanning. We're in the heart of America here. But connecting to European servers, I have to say that they are very organized as of last year that we have made contact with them. And their servers are very organized and very concise. They make their own campaigns with the mods. And we joined, me and my friend Corey, my cousin Corey, we joined within one server. And one of the things that amazed me, they had the ability, whenever you died, even if you died in the game, this is one of those games where if you died, you'd think it was shit because you were dead and you couldn't respawn. But I had the ability to follow my comrades as they fought through the battle. You could watch in third person, and even if they picked up an RPG and they launched a rocket, it all of a sudden went to a third person rocket cam. And you're watching this RPG hit an enemy tank. So even if you're dead in this game, even though it's not Call of Duty or these, constant gratification games where you respawn, Operation Flashpoint entertains you even as a dead player.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, they had these servers that allowed you to watch the rocket hit the tank and everything. And even then you could still chat with your friends and tell them, hey, there's a guy, at about 6 o'clock shooting at you. Take him out.
In the vanilla game, when you would die, you would spawn as a seagull.
Right.
If there's one criticism I could make, the vanilla game, you spawn as a seagull watching over the multiplayer. Terrible.
Yeah, so basically, it was a complaint, and a lot of people had to work around with it and make respawn. The game comes with you can actually, it comes with scripts where you can change it to be a group respawn, as in you take over the life of an AI player, or you respawn at an object. But
definitely,
I have to say, it was a pain in the butt. I hated spawning as a seagull, but I can remember days where I would be the first one killed in a group. I'd be the seagull, and of course, what are they going to tell me to do? They're going to tell me to go scout ahead, relay the information of where the enemy is, and then fly back. And it was stupid, but it actually sometimes you were still able to help. It's a lot more creative than
you were able to help as long as the fucking stupid seagull. It's has terrible controls and you can't tell where you are as the stupid seagull, and the camera sways back and forth, left and right.
Oh,
and
you
it's
get a
just
headache.
terrible.
Yeah, you get a headache doing it. That's...
Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, just to reiterate, this game was like flight simulator plus helicopter simulator plus war simulator plus...
Oh, yeah.
Well, shit.
The game has so much in it. Just for 2001, this game is every freaking game put together. It's a combat simulator, it's a commander simulator, a plane simulator, helicopter simulator, each one requiring its own set of, sketch skills. And it's not that impossible to learn to fly each vehicle and to control each player. But you could do it if you, gave it enough time.
Yeah.
It's not your Call of Duty. It's not your pickup, iron sight, kill you motherfucker, that's 5 feet from you. It's not fucking Quake. But, if you put a little bit of time into it, back in 2001, it was good. And even now, I would still say that it's a good game. Even with the modern games such as Arma 1, they have Operation Flashpoint total conversions for Arma 1 that are totally worth playing. So if you're an Arma 1 or Arma 2 player, they have the conversions. Check them out. They're totally worth it.
And on another note, the community is dwindling down, and this is a great game. And I know, me, Corey, and Mike, I know that we would still go back and play this game. And I hope some of you guys take interest in this. For the ones who haven't heard it, install it, and for all means, contact us. I would be happy to play this game. I would be happy to give you the links to the mods, to where you can download this and have the same experience that we've all had with it.
We know everything that at least as far as the mods and as far as the recent updates. And, if I could speak on behalf of the three of us, we are not totally against pirating this game to the latest, patches and everything. The game's old enough. We would totally support that, and we want you to join us in this community. We would totally help you out with that.
Great to hear that. In closing statements, I know normally we review it, but hell, we've praised this game quite a bit. So, as kind of a fun little thing, David, I'd like to hear about some of your, say, hacking.
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay, well, like I said, man, this is
let's talk about the fun part of this, David.
This is
Tell
such
us
a
about your
dynamic game.
hack.
This was such a dynamic game. I mean, you could, like, you know, I hate to be like, developers, you can do anything. But I have to say, one of the things that I enjoyed was the guys at tkccommunity.net, they hooked me up with a couple of their trainers. And one of the things that I would like to do, when I was bored, and the community that I so loved, would go into servers and would use these trainers that these guys gave to me. Or let
You
me
terrible troll, David, you.
One of my favorite things, and these bastards here can fucking note about it.
Yes.
I would go into the server, I would change the variable for character height, and I'd put everyone at... Well, see, this is another cool thing about the game. We didn't mention this. The map is huge, but it's also huge in the X and Y axes, like, or excuse me, Y and Z. You could go up like 10,000 feet in the fucking air. I mean, you could do Halo jumps. Like, I mean, you jump out of a plane, you have a fucking parachute. So what I would do, and there is physics in the game. If you fall, you're going to take damage based on the distance traveled. But, I mean, I would spawn everyone up 10,000 feet. I would make it foggy so they couldn't see the ground, so they don't know when they're going to fucking die. And then I would spawn these crazy... I mean, there's something in the game that makes the lightning change to blue and green and crap. I mean, it looks like something out of, like, Alice in Wonderland falling down the hole that the rabbit dug. I mean, my God. It was amazing. I mean, I got banned from a couple servers because, I mean, you know, on some games there are butthole, you know, communities, and a couple of these guys, you know, messed with a friend of mine, and, you know, I was like, okay, well, dude, come on, you took his it was some piracy issues, okay? So yes, I got revenge for it. I mean, it was...
Just to reiterate, as like, you know, me and Corey and a bunch of friends on a LAN server enjoying this, or even maybe we were over like the internet. Yeah. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning. He totally turned on like the northern lights in this game. The northern lights, you can navigate by the stars in this game. Just to reiterate how realistic this game is. He turned on the northern lights, shot us up like 1,000,000 miles in the air with his fucking hacks. And we're falling, and all we see is the northern lights, and it looks like we're in fucking acid. That's how crazy this fucking game is. That's what David Hastings can bring upon this fucking game.
Lucy in the sky of diamonds. I swear.
Yeah.
I mean...
And all you hear is the fucking, you know...
Oh, yeah. Wow. Bad stuff. But, you know...
Choose your 70s stoner song, and you hear it, and you're like, David is like fucking rocking your world with this fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it made you want to turn on some Black Sabbath and light up a J.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, it was good. I mean, but this is just one of the many things. It's a game that can be modded very easily and has a lot of stuff like that. People find loopholes.
They were totally, you know, even more than like, say, you know, id Software or something. They were totally open source about, like, you know, modding community and everything. And that's why OFP and a game community like that really grows. And, you know, the progression into the next sequencing games of, like, say, Arma or Arma 2 really progressed.
And, you know, and Codemasters was really helpful in the beginning. I mean, they patched it up to 1.96. They actually developed 2 expansion packs afterwards, and they even developed the Oxygen Creator, which people use to make add-ons. I mean, come on. People look at that today as luxury, but this back when people were actually nice enough to say, hey, we like you guys. You guys are interested in our game. We're going to let you make this first off. Nobody had to beg. So, and just, you know, all around, I mean, it was the perfect storm. Great game, great developers, great people, and all of it together rehashed to make it just an overall fantastic game.